Cricut just released 9 new materials. I'll show you how to use the watercolor markers and cards and let you know the things I wish I had known before starting. I'm also including a ton of helpful links in the description of this video. I'm not affiliated with Cricut at all. I bought these with my own money, and this video is entirely my personal opinion. My name is Ruth. This is Hank's Maker Mentor. Large portions of this video are shown at increased speed since your time is valuable. There are 2 different packages of markers. They both come with 8 colors of the 1mm markers. There's the set designed for the Cricut Explore and Maker machines, and then there's the other set for the Joy machine. So make sure you get the ones that fit your machine. There's also a round water brush that's 4mm at its thickest point, but you can apply less pressure to get a finer line. The watercolor cards currently come in 3 sizes, 2 rectangle and 1 square. Only the small rectangle will work with the Cricut Joy Card Mat. You can use all 3 sizes in the 2x2 card mat with the Explore and Maker machines. I made a few edits to the free hot air balloon watercolor card in Design Space. If you're using a pre-designed card, make sure you select the correct card size before selecting Customize or Make It. If you want to create your own design, Cricut's Help article lets you know what type of designs will work well with the watercolor markers. I used the font Simple Planner to add the word thanks. To edit colors, you'll click on the pen color, make sure it's on marker, and then scroll to the bottom. At the time of filming, all the watercolor markers are grouped together at the very bottom of the marker list. I like to insert my card before I remove the protective sheets from the mat. It helps prevent premature sticking. This card has the largest dimensions of any of the cards I've done. It was difficult to slide into the card mat. I'm not sure if that's normal with this size card or if the thickness of the watercolor paper played a big role. Now I'll remove the protective sheets. I primed each of my markers before placing them in my machine to ensure they were ready to write. Move the star wheels to the very center. They'll press on that center column of your 2x2 card mat. Cricut added a new material. You can type in watercolor card. I don't guarantee the settings will be correct for cutting, but it worked well with writing. Load the mat into the machine and follow the instructions. Since I had it set up in Design Space with all the different colors, it pauses and lets me know each time I need to change my marker color. You can use the water brush right away or after the ink has dried. I used my angled spatula to remove the card from the mat before blending, but you can wait until after the card has dried after blending to remove it. You don't want to remove it while it's wet or it will curl a lot. Now is a great time to get the water brush and a clean towel ready. The water brush is easy to fill. It unscrews around the middle. I found it helpful to remove the cap while you're preparing it. I was able to get a better grip. The cap does fit nicely on the back of the water brush so it doesn't get lost while you use it. I dried it off with a kitchen towel and grabbed a clean paper towel to contain the water and clean the brush in my craft room. You'll squeeze it lightly to dampen the bristles. I ended up pushing it firmly onto my paper towel to separate the brand new bristles. I tried to test the water brush on the marks that I had used to prime the markers, but it didn't work well, probably because of the difference between butcher paper and watercolor paper. You want to make sure you don't have too much water. You can use your towel to dab excess water off if needed. When I was blending the ink, I found it helpful to trace the entire line around where my Cricut drew, then pull the color into the center in short strokes to spread it more. When you want to start with a different color, you'll squeeze the water brush and wipe it on the towel to remove the color. I used 7 of the 8 colors that came in the package. Most of them came off perfectly. The only one that left a little bit of a stain on the water brush was the blue marker, and I haven't tried the black yet. The blue appeared very purple while I was blending it, but it dried more blue than it looked at the time. When you're done, the card needs to dry completely. If you want to blend more after it's dry, you can do that, which I think is really cool. After I finished blending, I went in and made more changes to the file in Design Space. I replaced the font, so if you have Cricut Access, you can make it for free, or you can change the font to a system font and make it unique and free. I also added more lines to the basket so you can get more of a wicker effect. The edited project link is in the description. I want to point out a few of the answers to the frequently asked questions. The watercolor markers are not designed to be used on insert cards or other cardstock. It should work on other watercolor paper since the cards are made from 140-pound watercolor paper. I'm going to test it out at some point, but it won't work well on standard cardstock. You can cut the watercolor cards and write on the inside. The card itself is ivory with a white envelope. Overall, I'm really happy with how these markers and cards work. You can create one-of-a-kind watercolor designs with a bit of a head start from your Cricut. Keep in mind that if you are like me and not familiar working with watercolor and blending, this might not be the product for you. Cricut has them on their website for $22, but they're also available at Michael's and Joann's where they go on better sales. If you have any other questions or want me to test other things about the markers or cards, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to learn more about Cricut Access and if you need it or it's worth it, check out this video. If you want to see how to create these cards without a specific card mat, check out this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hanks, Maker Mentor, and until next time, bye.